outside to give you a live look from our Jamie Casino traffic tracker. Who's traveling on 204 right now, and you're noticing the traffic is picking up ever so slightly. We're going to have those live drive times coming up shortly, but right now I do want to go over to our maps and show you the low country here. Everything is nice and clear along 278. Speeds moving nicely at 50 miles per hour. No problems over there. And then over here, Highway 170, you're moving along really nicely at 61 miles per hour. So you're not seeing any trouble over in the low country, and you're really not seeing any trouble here on 16 either. 280 to 95 is going to take you 14 minutes. That's slowing down just slightly from the 12 minutes that we've been seeing all morning. And then 95 to 516, that's going to take you 8 minutes. And 516 to Durant and Abercorn will take you 10 minutes.
Well, this morning we are hearing from a South Carolina woman whose children were injured after a pickup truck slammed into a hayride they were on over the weekend. This happened in Jasper County Saturday night. 6 children were hurt. 2 of them had to be airlifted and 2 others taken in an ambulance to Memorial University Medical Center. Latasha Horry says they heard a screech and then a crash, and after that it was just chaos.
And my youngest son, I guess it was pure adrenaline. He kind of hobbled and he fell to his face. And I told him to keep calm, and he says, "Mom, my leg's broken."
Well, 2 of their children are still recovering in the hospital. 1 is back home. No word on the other 3 victims. Officials have not said what led to the crash or if any charges will be filed. Right now, Savannah Chatham Metro Police are investigating the 31st homicide of 2017.
The latest victim was found dead in a vacant lot. Jarvis Robertson joining us live from Metro headquarters with more details regarding the investigation. Jarvis?
Authorities are still in the early stages of this investigation. They did send us an alert yesterday letting us know that this would be a homicide investigation. 32-year-old Matthew Harrington was found there in that vacant lot in the area of West Bolton and MLK. As of right now, we're still waiting on a motive to know who the suspect or suspects are regarding this case. So still a lot of questions that need to be answered. But as you all mentioned, this does make the 31st homicide here in Savannah. Even if a homicide was to happen once a weekend for the rest of the year, we would actually see a decrease for the number of homicides here in 2017. Now, from 2007 to 2015, there was a steady increase for homicides. However, 2016 ended with 50, down by 3 from 2015. Now, anyone at home with information regarding this homicide, you're asked to call the Metro tip line, or you can reach out to Crime Stoppers. We have both of those numbers on our Facebook page and on our website. Reporting live from Metro headquarters this morning, I'm Jarvis Robertson, WTOC News.
Happening today, Georgia Governor Nathan Deal plans to make an announcement on the state's recent economic development. Officials with Delta Airlines and Pratt & Whitney are expected to be there. Pratt & Whitney is an aerospace manufacturer based out of Columbus, Georgia. They make jet engines for civil and military aircraft. Now, we learn more when Governor Deal, we will learn more, I should say, when he makes his announcement this morning at 10 a.m.
Well, today, the city of Savannah will host its second stakeholder meeting to discuss and gather feedback on a proposed abandoned shopping cart control ordinance. It will be held at the Live Oak Public Library, Southwest Branch on Abercorn Street from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. As currently drafted, the ordinance will apply to merchants with 10 or more shopping carts in their inventory.
The Burton Fire District says a car crashed into a home Sunday morning, injuring the driver. It happened at the intersection of Broad River Boulevard and Jennings Road there in Buford. Now, the driver of the car got out of that car before firefighters arrived. They did have to take her to the hospital for treatment. No one was at home at the time of the crash.
Well, Effingham County deputies need your help finding a suspect wanted for a burglary. We want you to take a very good look at this picture. Deputies noticed the Clio Trading Post on 5820 Highway 119 had been broken into at about 2 a.m. They say it looked like the suspect used towing straps to pull the doors open into a store. Now, this surveillance is from inside of the store. If you have any information, please call deputies.
Well, 3 Georgia teenagers are dead, another in critical condition following a crash Friday night after a football game. It happened near Meadow Creek High School in Atlanta. Police found the car that 18-year-old Brandon Martinez was driving in an embankment. 18-year-old Nelson Umanzor and 16-year-old Nasir El Coquille were the two passengers who also died. A 17-year-old is currently in critical condition. All three families are mourning the early deaths of those teenagers.
His loss is a shock to the entire family. He was a stand-up student, solid A student from when he was young.
He was a friend that you would want to go to if you had like problems, so he can like motivate you.
Well, Gwinnett County Police say Martinez swerved to avoid another car, hit a guardrail, then ran into a tree. Investigators say speed could be a contributing factor.
Well, a shootout late last night in Mississippi ended with the suspect dead and an officer grazed by a bullet. According to police, this started as a chase. The suspect then crashed his vehicle on the side of the road. Police say they killed that suspect when he opened fire on officers. The officer does not have any serious injuries.
Right now, 2 Navy SEAL members are being investigated in the death of a Green Beret soldier in Africa. Army Staff Sergeant Logan Melgar was found dead back in June. He was staying at a U.S. government compound in Mali, Africa, when it happened. Military officials have ruled his death a homicide. Now, the investigation comes as some raise questions about America's role in Africa. Melgar was part of the 3rd Special Forces Group operating in Northwest Africa. 4 U.S. soldiers killed